Thank you. And thank you for allowing us to come here and be a part of this day and have a chance to share all your experience with us. It's been a great day so far. Morton and I come from Lean Academy in Copenhagen, Denmark. We work with lean transformation projects. We do KATA transformation projects. We do a lot of lean courses and KATA courses, and had done that for many years, not that many in KATA. But in 1912, I did read Mike's book about KATA, and I attended a workshop with Mike.
2012, right?
2012, yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
You are old, but...
Yes. Thanks.
Sorry.
Came back very exciting about the whole KATA idea. And it so happened, shortly after, I received a call from one very good friend and customer, Benny. He said, Egon, you had to come up and help us. We are in serious troubles. We have done, as you know, Lean for years. And they have done everything in Lean. They have continuous improvement programs. They have Kaizen board meetings every day. They have Visual Factory. They have T cards, and they do Kanban. They do everything. But now we had, in the beginning, for years, we have very significant improvements. No improvements anymore. We are just stable. And now we cannot compete anymore. We are losing customers. We don't have the capacity we need. We need to do something. So what we did was, if you change, yes.
I'll change.
We once told Benny we had to do KATA. Now I have just heard about KATA from Mike and said, yes, you should do KATA. And we went up to Benny and we have a meeting with him and the whole group of his managers, and we talked about KATA. So he said, so now we'll try to show you how KATA can create these significant improvements, also in a very short period of time, because we really had a burning platform. We could not create a culture and said, okay, now wait, we will slowly create this KATA culture. We had to do something here. So we will argue that we can, as a consultant in the beginning, act also as coaches here. We'll also give you, hopefully, some inspiration how you can do your KATA and use the KATA in a different way. And we will also present some attention points when you're using KATA in this way. 2 words about the company KALETI. It's a company manufacturing chocolate and sweets, delivering the products all over the world. Here it's a Danish company, and there are some of the products here. Morton will try and take over and tell a little bit about how we did it and the challenge and the way we worked. So, Morton?
Yeah, first of all, KALETI Group is one of Denmark's national treasures because of this one product, the pea pie. It's a French nougat with chocolate and peanuts, made since '53, consumed in 18 million pies a year in Denmark, I think. So, but it's so popular that they can't meet demand. So the capacity was low, the fluctuation was high. The one thing that was stable was the process waste, 15%, 50 euros an hour per line, 24/7, 365 a year. A lot of money. And what I saw in the organization was employees kind of under the pressure. They kept on delivering red target figures. And they had this intense feeling that time was passing by. 1 week has passed, haven't done shit. 1 month passed by, haven't done shit. Same problems. So what the leaders did, the management, they tangled themselves into a lot of agreements, a lot of arrangements, a lot of promises, and then they had to choose. And just deciding on what to do next becomes one big problem. So they initiated a lot of improvement projects at the same time, and with very few resources alternating between those projects, it became never ending. And I think that's why Benny called. It's not because he's a good friend. That's why he called.
Nope.
And so here's just some of the capacity problems. Not that interesting. Okay, so this is what we did. And this headline is probably Mike's worst nightmare, right? KATA and Kaizen Blitz in the same sentence, because yeah, but yeah, Mike will probably argue that, you know, the Kaizen Blitz isn't that effective because it's not sustainable. At best, we do maybe 2, 3, 4 bursts a year at each area. And the daily routine, the daily improvements, the step-by-step improvements, the KATA, will be a better solution over time. And I agree. I do agree. But as a consultant, I do not have the privilege to make or create results over time. I need to show the money. That's why I'm there sometimes. So that's why we try to mingle those two, KATA and the Kaizen Blitz. So a Kaizen Blitz or a Kaizen event, I don't care which one, is one in which the team of employees are approaching one target in a very compressed time frame. And in this case, it's 5 days. And what I did on the first day was really gathering my team, introducing them to the improvement KATA and the coaching KATA. We trained with games, simulations. But what I really focused on here was to engage the employees, to generate some excitement, and to show them that to make change don't have to drag out. We can have small learning loops and have fun with it. So I was trying to gain trust on this day. I think that's the most important learning. And then on day 2, I won't talk about the challenge. We presented the challenge at this day. We went Gember, tried to grasp the current condition. You heard all about that. But what we did was the vice president, you can see him up there with his tie and everything. So he was establishing this burning platform. We need you to work with us on this one. We need you to do something. Otherwise, it has consequences. We are burning profit here. And that really was a big help for me to get that commitment from the vice president. Then we established a target condition, very easily feasible. So half a day, or maybe a day if we stretch it. And we make experiments. We started coaching. And the problem here with the managers was they were too smart. They had pretty much between their ears, and the intellectual brain liked to operate in the comfort zone. So they were very calculated, risk-free. Things turned out as planned. So I'm a bit different. I'm not the usual consultant, Normally, consultants are pretty smart people. But I don't believe in wisdom. I have a more stupid approach. I like to ask stupid questions. I like to get enlightened. So in this case, I actually worked as the coach. And I know, again, Mike is like, he don't like to hear this. But I believe in a striving mindset. I believe in asking the right questions in a systematic way. So, of course, I used the question card. And at day 5, at the end, we celebrated. It was a huge success. We made amazing results. So let's tell the plant about what we did and let them ask for us to come instead of me selling the idea. So we had a party. You remember me telling you about the 15%. In 5 days, we turned it into 5%. It's a pretty nice result. If you look at what actually happened, we turned 557 Danish crowns an hour into 89. And it was a typical KATA curve pattern. But the real challenge occurs when the Kaizen event presumably ends after 5 days. Now you have to get managers and get employees bought into the idea to sustain them. And I didn't manage that, so we got an increase. This was our standard, or supposedly, but it instead lied up here. So I got back in, gave it another shot, and turned it back down to 89. Then the night shift came in. I don't work night, so huge problem. And Benny called, and I had to go back, make the necessary standards, training programs, and we got it back to 87. So this is a typical pattern for the Kaizen event. The KATA would probably, over time, come down there, but it will take some time. So what the learning is here, sometimes the blitz might be the first right step to make. But also, what really is the challenge here is the right mindset. So when you have done these events many times, you need a transaction zone. Can you say that? Mm. Transaction zone? Where you try to make the Kaizen bursts into daily improvements. That's your real challenge. I won't talk about this project. It's the next area. We went and did the Kaizen. Same issues, but we turned a process time of 17 hours into 11 hours in 5 days. So pretty amazing results again.
Yeah. So what we actually did, we started in one process, and then we moved on to the next process, showing on this sphere. We know very well, when we're talking about KATA, you have to start and say, okay, how do we transfer the overall strategic goals into challenges for the top managers, and let that move on to the next level, to the value stream level, and let move on again to the value stream loop and to the single process. We started in a different way. We started with a single process here. And we showed in a different way how we could improve the results on those processes here. And then we moved up and established challenge board to a next level and to a next level again. And we started acting as a coach on the first one, having the manager standing next to us being the second coach. And then we changed the roles. Now we became the second coach, and he took over. And this way, we did implement KATA in this company now. And I can tell you now it's going back, I don't know, nearly a year since we started. They can still keep and they improve their results. Now they're working in the KATA way. So we had to start in a different way doing it. So what I would say is, yes, it helps if you do have a burning platform and you can start with a burning platform, showing that you can make improvements in a very fast way. But of course, you have to be very much aware you do not create the culture in the company doing in this way here. You have to do something else to create that culture. So what we'll set our learning point from is here, yes, improvement KATA can be a very powerful tool here to make these significant changes in the company. We'll also postulate that, take the next one.
Yeah, sorry.
Coaching KATA can be managed by a consulting in beginning because we had to do the coaching and that way train the way of doing coaching also here. At Toyota KATA, yes, it is a culture and it has to be a part of the daily management system. We cannot have two different management systems here in a company. We have to have one system in the company here. Yeah. So we have to standardize and we have to train the employees to work in this way. That's what we forgot the first time, said, okay, now we know what it is, and we have this standard putting up on the ball, but it didn't work because they have not been a part of it here. And as I said, KATA can be the only management system in the company. So that's what we said, yes, KATA is a culture, but you can start with a blitz and you can get tremendous results out of it here.
We got like 6 minutes.
Okay.
So
Should someone take? Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that.
Have to some.
Okay. Does somebody have a ball?
Okay.
Okay.
Next one.
What I'd like you to do, if you have a ball, discuss this topic with your side
Neighbor.
with your neighbor in the color that match this one.
So the one who has the red ball is so lucky. We'll like to discuss what we say here as a postulate here. If you have any comments to it here, if you agree with us here. And we do have 6 minutes to do that.
So in 3 minutes, we'll wrap this up and hear if somebody has something interesting to comment.
And if you do not are so lucky that you have won the ball, you are allowed to have comments to it as well.
So is it understood? There's a blue there, so you'll discuss number 2? Okay.
Will you ask him to come in front?
Yeah,
for the reflection?
yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Because of the microphone.
Yeah, ask them to come here and then they
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we can do that. Yeah, fine.
I will take care of the microphones.
Okay, fine.
Yep.
Hand it over to the people.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Okay. Okay. Okay, who do you want to start? Anyone has comments? To it? No one? So everyone agree?
You're up for it. Timo, you're a good speaker.
Fine.
So, yeah, come up here. You can handle it.
Yeah.
So what did you discuss?
We discussed the first one and the last one.
Yeah.
And the first one, we definitely agreed that you can use KATA to show quick results and rapid improvements. And the last one, we strongly disagreed.
Yeah. Okay. So what are your thoughts? You think an organization can use multiple management systems?
I don't think that the organization can use multiple management systems, but I think a management systems is much more complicated than the KATA. You have a lot of other things in that. You have HR policies, you have hosting country, how you set your targets, and a lot of things. I think KATA can be a good part of it, but it's not the whole thing.
Okay. Yes.
Beautiful.
Anyone else?
A new caller. Yeah.
All right, it's my turn here. We had a red one,
Yeah.
being Toyota. Well, we discussed only the first part. Toyota KATA is most definitely a culture. To my understanding, KATA is a routine we practice, so it's not equal to a culture, but it's something that we can use to change a culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what is changing the culture? We argue here that the projects are changing the culture.
It enables us to change the culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, by using the pattern, the KATA pattern of thinking and acting.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And if you use it in a project, okay, so that will. If it changes your way of thinking and acting, in the end, it will change the culture.
Yeah. Agree.
Do you think we can create a KATA culture without doing projects?
Well, if you are after continuous improvement, I don't know if projects and continuous improvement are one and the same thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry, may I have a comment here? I'm from Lithuania. We're practicing KATA almost at the beginning of Mike's book. We have it translated into Lithuanian language. And I disagree with everything in that. because only one question. How many people are able to fill up PDCA form without help? And to fill up expectation column, then to fill up what they learn at the end of the experiment. During the projects, it's impossible to achieve that level because it takes too short time, and projects cannot create any background for culture improvements, just mess. I hope that seeing your indicator shows that it was messy week. I mean that you as consultants can make a lot of improvements, but on your own, but not via people. But what the need of organizations are, organizations need to prepare their internal capability to make things, to improve things by organization as itself. What did we learn? That for the beginner, it takes half a year to get knowledge and skills to conduct PDCA cycles on own. This means without any help. Half year, we are speaking about 1 week. It's impossible. People didn't learn so fast.
Shall I?
Yeah, you can go.
Very
Just a
shortly,
quick comment.
yes, they might not be expert, but what we experienced, because we made experiments even every hour. So we did a lot of learning where we get in here. And end of the week, that was a part where they could do it. What did we learn?
Your learning, but not organizational learning.
Yeah, but we...
learned so fast and much, but what organization learned?
Yes.
Because improvements can be made by consultants. That's not we.
No, but what I argue is that they can continue doing that. They use it now as well. They might not be expert because they train doing it here now, and they train the coaches. You're right. You'll not be an expert in 1 week, but you can get the routine. So
Time's
yes.
up. That's
Yes.
all. That's all.
Okay.
That's
Morton, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.